Good evening, brothers and sisters in Christ. Good afternoon. Hey, listen, so recent issues that occurred over a 2 month span, January and February, it came to an end at the beginning of March. I just wanted to share with you the encounter with Ziploan. Now, if you look down here to this one app, and I had to go back and look to see what this app was, to see if it was even saved on my Google Play store. And it was. It's called Iperius. Remote. Let's go look at it. Desktop. Okay. About this app, remote desktop software, support working from home, needs to enable the Android accessibility service. It is required if you want to control remotely this device. Enable the accessibility service by clicking on accessibility installed application and Iperius remote service. You can disable it whenever you want. In detail, you will be able to send events such as opening application, scrolling the page, or opening settings. You will be able to trigger events on your device such as reboot or lock. Mind you, this is what some hacker clown from Ziploans tried to get me to do to my device. And when I realized the power I was giving to them through this app, I said, wait a minute. That's only devils and snakes that would be trying to do such a thing. How come no other loan company has offered this or asked this or wanted this or wanted to use this? And yet the same company, as Representative Teresa, along with Mr. Khabib, the manager, they went on they were on my device and they scrolled through my bank app. Okay, now everybody can be entitled to that. You just use this other app, which gives them access to your bank account, and they can see your transactions and your income and your outgoings, anyways, and your direct deposit. So they can vouch for you having a legitimate source of income, and based on that, they can give you a loan. Now, listen, I didn't know that these people here at Ziploan were thieves and crooks in disguise, and they had ill malice intentions. They went and filed all this uh, uh, merchant refunds. And I got a notice, it was like 10:30 at night. And I'm like, what the? I'm in bed. And I went and I briefly looked at the message and I was like, huh. And I actually set the phone back down on my table here. And I went, rolled over to go to sleep. And it hit me on the head of the door of my heart again. Hey, you're in bed. Why is there bank transactions going on? And I was like, hey, that's a real good question. And I got back up and I turned the light on. I grabbed my device and I was like, what? Merchant refunds? I'm in bed. Merchant refund for what? And I looked at it and I was like, there was a bunch of them. And I was like, I'm not doing this. This is somebody else doing this. And then it reminded me that Teresa chick had made a statement. She says, if you get any alarming alerts about transactions on your account that you're not doing, don't worry about it. It's just me. And then I was like, hey, wait a minute. I haven't had no another encounter like this from any loan I've gotten before. Why is that? This company is 10:30 at night. They're at work. 10 o'clock at night, 9:30, whatever it was. No, something ain't right. And so, anyways, upon the next phone call with them, they wanted me to put this app on so they could control my device and my phone. And when I read this and understood what was going on, I'm looking at it as it's downloaded. I said, I said, you corrupt bunch of bastards, you thieves. What are you up to? And right now, mind you, I didn't become absent-minded talking to them that the night before somebody was trying to pull money out, do merchant refunds. I wasn't absent that. That was an ace card in my back of my mind for, hey, let's put these suckers like pin the tail on the donkey. Let's put them in check. Let's catch them up to no good, and then hold them accountable, right? Well, nobody wants to hold them accountable, but I'm blowing the horn on them on YouTube for the rest of the world. Said you don't have to go through no rip-offs by Ziploans, okay? As I recall correctly, there was a gentleman that answered the phone. His name was Alex. He turned me over to another woman. Her name was Teresa, who did all the finagling. Let's say conniving, corrupting things. Who also gave me over to Khabib, or Kahib, whatever, however you say his name, and he was Middle Eastern for sure, deep accent. I tried to be assertive and authoritative. And I was like, "Well, I'll leave the light on, sucker. Show up. I got something for you." And he didn't show up. And the light's still on. But anyways, when you're a crook and you're a thief, all right, and you're claimed to be representing a company that doesn't exist but does exist under, let's call it uh, it's a dark web. I mean, they call it the dark web, the bad web, when it's just a free access web that they can't control. That's why they call it bad. But we'll call Ziploans bad company. All right, they're just malice intentions and up to no good, doing things outside the norm, saying things they shouldn't say, and doing things they shouldn't be doing, and trying to get you to download stuff like this so that they lock you out of your phone device. Okay, they even changed my password on my account at the Chase. I had to contact Chase and change over the phone. I had to change with them my email address and password and my access. Yeah. Okay. So that's how I got away from them being able to get back in the account. And that's when the Kahib, whatever, started threatening me. I was like, "Hey, sucker, you got my address. The light's on. Show up. Show up. Your family in your other country will dearly miss you. Probably the soothing and calming words of your voice. Probably all the fundage you send them from stealing from Americans. And believe me, these crooked thieves are out there, and you all need to pay attention. Do not allow anybody to deceive you into downloading this garbage to your devices. This garbage Iperius remote desktop. I mean, these people ought to be sued. Giving trash a key doorway to robbing you. Anyways, protect yourselves, guys, and watch these loan companies. All right, Ziploans is no good. God bless.